Good afternoon and welcome to Nora's Dog Training Company. We're here today with our girl Layla and Brandy, and what we're going to be demonstrating for you today on video is Layla's ability to understand and respond to her formal on-leash obedience commands, the correction and the motivation that we give the dogs when we're working with them, and the training equipment that we're using. Brandy is using a regular 6-foot web training leash, and she keeps the bulk of the leash folded neatly in her right hand. That leaves her left hand free to give any correction that's given, and the only correction that we give here at school is a little tug and release on the training collar, and that is the second piece of equipment that we're using. Layla's going to go home with her very own training equipment, and you're going to be taught how to use that properly during your follow-up training session. Now, I will say for any of our YouTube watchers that don't know Layla, she is a 6-year-old rescue that had little, if any, social skills when she got here. Her best attribute is that she is the most sweet, loving dog that anybody could ever want, and she is fortunate to have gotten into a lovely home. Now, Layla is sitting very nicely at Brandy's left, which is where all of our obedience training is done. And the first exercise that we're going to be demonstrating is your basic heeling and automatic sit, and the command is Layla heel. Now, at this point, Layla has a job to do, and that is to remain even with Brandy's left leg when walking, not forging ahead or lagging behind. And each time that Brandy stops her feet, Layla has been taught to sit automatically without being told to wait for her next command. And you can amp her up a little bit, Brandy, if you want. Layla responds very well to praise and very well to food. So we pick our battles, and we've incorporated everything that we know to do to get the best response from Layla, because she has no clue and didn't have a good beginning as far as training is concerned. So her heeling, she stays right with you. If you're walking, running, she should stay right next to your left leg, and when you stop, she should sit without being told. If she does not sit, you tell her no. You give her a little tug and release on her training collar, and you tell her to sit, and she does it. Now, the next command that we're going to demonstrate for you is the sit stay. The stay is a hand and a voice command, and because it is a stationary exercise, we are not going to use her name. Stay. Now, the sit stay for a normal adult dog who's had normal training is for 3 minutes. We're going to start out at about 45 seconds with Layla at home, and we're going to work up to 3 minutes. When Brandy returns back to her, she walks all the way around her, returning all the way back to heel position, and Layla's going to get lots of love for praise for a good job, because we want to keep this fun for her, because all this girl wants to do is please, and a lot of times throughout the training process she just didn't know what was expected. So we try to keep this fun for her. Lots of praise for a good job. Brandy will leave her in another sit stay. And none of these commands came easy for Layla or for us, actually. Make her lengthen out those sit stays, and this time Brandy is going to use her name, and she's going to use a happy voice, and she's going to call her. And Layla is supposed to come right in front and sit. Very good girl. Layla at 6 years old was not housebroken, so she's come an extremely long way. This may not look like a lot to some people, but this is a lot for Layla. And we brought Layla's bed out because a lot of the training that we've done on the bed, but Brandy's going to leave her in another sit stay and do that recall again. If anybody knows anything about boxers, they do not like to lay down outside when it's cold. So we brought Layla's bed out so that she had a comfy place to show off her new skills. And Brandy's going to call her, and she's going to have her come and sit. And they go back to heel. Now the next commands that we're going to be demonstrating for you with Layla are her down commands. And these were extremely difficult because she didn't understand what we were trying to get her to do. And I think she was afraid that she was going to be hurt. So the first exercise is the down from a heel position. So with her seated at your left, left open palm, straight down toward the ground on the one-word command to down and stay. Now your long down stay when you're practicing at home, you can work all the way up to 5 minutes, and by then she'll probably be asleep. When Brandy returns back to her, she walks all the way around her just as she did on the sit stay, returning all the way back to heel. She stops at heel and then she gives Layla another command and she'll heel her off that bed. And she's going to bring her back around to her happy place, back onto her bed, and we're going to demonstrate that down from a heel. So always have her seated first.
Down.
She loves treats too, and sometimes if she's giving you a hard time, I don't like to muscle this girl because I don't want her to think that in any way we're trying to hurt her. So again, we're trying to wean her off of the food-motivated training, but it does help, and I don't want her to be roughed up in any way. I want her to do this for the joy of doing it. And this time, Brandy will call her out of that. Good girl. Good girl. And the very last command that we're going to demonstrate for you today is her down from a distance. This is still a little bit shaky, but it is getting better. I'm going to show you how to do it. You're going to leave her in a sit stay. You're going to turn to face her. Don't go too far away in the beginning. And you give her the down. That was pretty good, actually. This girl is the love of this place right now. Everybody loves Layla. She has been such a joy to have here at our school. She has learned an incredible amount, and she is just a darling. We have so enjoyed having her. We're going to be there for you when she goes home. Any questions, anything at all, please keep us posted. And we will see you tomorrow on Layla's graduation day. Thank you for choosing Nora's Dog Training Company.